Welcome back to Omni Garage here on the House of Rags again. So in my left hand here, I have a pretty special machine. This is the DIY Detail. This is their dual action 25mm throw machine. I'll tell you why this is unique and why this is cool. That right there. That YL, that stands for Ivan LaCroix. This is his personal machine that we may have managed to get back in the bag all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, right here to Tauranga in New Zealand. So what we have here is something that's come right from Japan into our driveway, and we have this booked in today for a paint enhancement polish. Now what we have on the hood is obviously, it's not early signs of clear coat failure. We have clear coat failure. And what we thought we would do today is put two products head to head. The first one we want to try is the DIY Detail. This is their gold standard polish. And then behind the camera there, we'll grab it. We have the gold standard compound. This was the new release at SEMA last year. We have used pretty much all of this bottle. This is a very heavy hitting compound. What we want to do though is just show you guys the difference. So we're going to be very methodical here. We're going to use the same pad. We are going to do the same person on the polisher, so we're not going to have any variability between Glenn doing one side and the other Glenn doing the other. And what we're going to do is 4 passes. 2 in this direction, 2 in this direction. We're just going to show you a 1-step with your gold standard polish versus your gold standard compound and see what results you get. Obviously for the best results, you'll combine this and then follow it with this to do a 2-step, but we just thought...
And you could change around your pad, so you could go like a wool, so you could be a bit more aggressive with your compound, then finish it down with the waffle weave pad, with the polish, and you could get a better result, but just a head-to-head of the difference between the two.
Yeah, so the way that we typically prime these, it's not the way we typically prime these actually, this is straight from Ivan at DIY, 1 spray on the pad, and the way he generally does it is once the pad's wet when you're cleaning it. This is not because it's a brand new pad that we've got here, but...
No, I dampened it in the pad washer.
So we just... That was 2 sprays.
Don't tell Ivan.
Don't tell Ivan. So I think we do that on this side, and then we go on the other side, and we just do the 4 versus 4, see what kind of results we get.
Low speed.
Low speed. Speed boys. This smell reminds me of the DIY Detail Studio. We polished a couple of cars here using this very combo. That's my second. Coming down for my 3rd pass here. And then this is my final. This is 4. We're going to cut it there. And I just want to say what I really do like about this polish is that it's really easy to see through, so you don't get a whole lot of cloudiness to it. It's very, very easy to kind of watch through the polish as you're going. And I mean, I can see here that it is having some cutting effect on the paint as I go. All right, so we've just got a low nap towel here. Let's remove this polish. And I find because we've used so little, I haven't got a huge amount to remove here as well. So as you can see there, just the polish alone has put a pretty big amount of gloss in the bottom area.
Yeah, if we compare, like, let's compare this bit here to this bit here, you can see we've got a change in colour.
Yep.
Then if we come up to this, this is like dirt, oxidization, this is probably a little bit of clear coat failure, this is all a bit of, and it's heated up because this is probably where the main part of the engine is. I think there's a clear difference there.
Yeah. I mean, this in itself, just as a quick 1-step polish, I think it does a pretty reasonable job. I mean, it's eaten away that oxidization pretty quick, and actually that clear coat failure doesn't look near as bad as it did prior to starting or as it does on this other side. Now, what we're going to want to do here is we are going to go to the pad washer, clean this pad out so we can get ready to apply our compound. Okay, nice clean pad there again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch to the gold standard, the compound. Woo.
Don't waste this gold.
No, I know. There's not much left in here. Now this is applied a little bit differently. We're just going to put a little drop, couple of little drops on the pad. I think that should be plenty. So this is not sprayable. And then let's just work it on this side. Should we leave a little gap in the middle?
Yeah, a little gap.
Little gap. Same speed, we're going to load up on the machine here, about there. That's just my spread pass, so that's not my pass. We'll start with my passes here. I mean, I can look through this immediately and see it eating. It is eating away at that oxidization. You'll be able to see it better on my pass going back up the paint here now. If you follow this leading edge, or trailing edge, sorry. Look at that. That's our first pass. This is our third. And then lucky last, onto the fourth. And there we go, so we got a 4v4 right there. If we wipe that away, let's see what we're working with here. All right.
Compound. Bad stuff. Polish.
I mean, my kind of assessment at this is that got a little weird kind of ring. You see that weird ring right there?
So what tends to happen, right, is that as you get more and more aggressive, you start to see more and more type of haze. So you can see hazy sort of swirls in this paint from areas, right? It's quite hard to show on camera, and we've got cloud cover, and so it's not that good. But this, usually, the more aggressive method needs to be refined more. So yes, we remove more scratches. Yes, we remove more clear coat, but then we're going to have to come and refine it to add the gloss back in. Over this side, we get, this is a less aggressive method. It doesn't cut as much. We don't get as much scratch removal, and in fact, we don't get as much removal of the crap off the paint.
No, we don't. I think it's quite visible at the top there.
But we have not as much haze. We have more gloss added into here, and we're not having to go and sort of, what would you call it, remove all the haze and sort of re-gloss it back up again. So it's a bit of a balancing act. What is the budget and outcome that the client wants, or what do you personally want out of your vehicle? So if you're just happy for just a quick once over, remove not very many defects, add a whole heap of gloss to the paint, then you're going to go the gold standard polish. And we've demonstrated that. If you want maximum cut, more aggressive, a bit more of a dodgy approach, a lot more work, then you'd come down this pathway, and it just depends on what your goals are for the vehicle. But this is going to need to be redefined, and absolutely, I recommend that you start with the least aggressive method first, see what kind of result you get, and then step it up from that if you need to. So the least aggressive is the yellow pad, yellow waffle pad, and the gold standard. You could step that up and you could go same pad with the more aggressive compound like the compound we just used on here. If you want to go more aggressive again, then you could step that up even again to the wool pad and just play around with your cutting combinations. We find that some combinations work well on some paints and some cars, different combinations work differently on another vehicle, and it just depends on the results that you want.
And I think if this was my vehicle and I was really chasing a result on it, what I would be doing is I would be doing the compound, and I would be using this on the DIY detail wool pad, and I would start there knowing that I will induce a little bit of this hazing that we can see down the edge here. Then I would follow it up with this polish over the top, and I can tell you, if we were using wool, this wouldn't require 4 passes to come out. We'd be able to knock that out in the first pass or second pass, and then really
we might
additional
be left
passes,
with a little bit of redundancy here.
I think so. I think that in those additional passes though, that's where you'll really start to get into the scratch removal on your surface.
So there you go. Go and pick up a bottle of each of these, try them out on your vehicle, play around with the different kind of combinations and get a result that you're happy with your vehicle. So that's it from Omni Garage. Use the code OMNIGarage. You'll save 10% off at checkout on the House of Rags website. We are affiliated with the House of Rags. We get a bit of a kickback. That helps us buy more of these products and gives us the ability to make more content for you guys. So thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.